Tim here again, having just watched a double feature. I just watched the double feature of Day of the Dead 2 Contagium and the Day of the Dead remake Bloodlines. It's my first time watching both of these films. I wanted to do them to put them with my George Romero kind of like Zombie-thon, where I did all his films plus the numerous remakes of his films. Now, just started off, just for people who haven't watched my other videos, Night of the Living Dead, masterpiece. The original Night of the Living Dead, I think it's the best film in the George Romero zombie series. Dawn of the Dead is my personal favorite, but I think Night of the Living Dead has aged a little bit better. Dawn of the Dead, though, is a masterpiece as well. Day of the Dead, good film. I don't think it's great or on the level of the first two, but I do think it's good. After that, you got Land of the Dead, which was made many years later. Alright film, I like it. Better than the unrated version. Not a good film, but alright. Diary of the Dead, passable. And Survival of the Dead, terrible. But even Survival of the Dead sucks. Survival of the Dead, even as weak as it is miles better than both of these. This supposed Day of the Dead, in quotations, I'm going to use that, Contagium or whatever, it wants to play like it's some sort of prequel to the Day of the Dead, but it has nothing to do with it. Zombies are totally different here. First of all, both of these are going to be pretty lackluster reviews. I'll just be honest right off the bat, because I zoned out many times in between watching these two films because both of them are really friggin' bad. Day of the Dead Contagium is made on like a $5 budget. It's just somebody cashing in on the zombie name that George Romero pretty much created, brand-wise anyway. And the zombies in the film pretty much get created from this stuff that came out of this supposed airplane crash or something that was like some kind of chemical from another country. It starts infecting people, hence the name Contagium or whatever, and their skin starts peeling off. It's like a dime store effect. They probably just like stuck glue to the people's faces and just had them, pulling off glue or something. And when they turn into zombies, they still pretty much act the same. And it takes place at this rehab center, and the acting in this film is atrocious. It is terrible. You get to the end of the film and like the main dude just like gives up because everybody's turning into zombies, and they're not even like trying to bite him. He just like gives up and just shoots himself. And it's just so stupid. The acting is horrible. You get some zombies at the beginning of the flick for like a few seconds, and then for the whole rest of the movie, which felt like friggin' 3 hours. I don't know how long this movie is, but it felt forever. You get no zombies until the climax. And the doctor guy who works there at the hospital is like a typical over-the-top evil maniacal dude. Just a total movie cliche. He knows what's going on. He thinks he can control it, even though there's way more patients in the place than there are people, security. But he just continuously lets the zombies grow in numbers like a moron. Terrible film. One of the worst I've ever seen, honestly. Obviously a 0. From 1 to 4, this gets the rare 0 rating that I only give out to films of pure dog crap caliber, and this takes the cake. Next film, Day of the Dead Bloodline, is the second remake of Day of the Dead. They did another one with Nick Cannon, which was also terrible. That was also another one of the rare 0s. And this film as well is once again a rare 0. This one is also a terrible film. It has almost nothing in common with Day of the Dead. A little bit more than the other remake, actually, in a way, because we at least do get an army base. That's something. Pretty much there's this girl, and there's like this stalker dude, and he gets turned into a zombie, and he has like a psychopathic crush on her, and he acts really human as a zombie, and just like inexplicably for no reason. Later on, she uses like his blood to make a cure for it because somehow his brain is still intact. I'm not sure what they're going for there. I guess we're supposed to believe that the way he was bitten, maybe when he turned, he had enough of his brain intact to where he could be smart as a zombie, but he acts almost totally human. He even like kills another zombie because it's in the way and like snaps its neck like judo style. Anyway, and the dude just like keeps coming like to this military base where the girl's at because he's obsessed with her, and he even breaks in there, and it's like so weird to see a freaking zombie like stalking around the base hiding in air vents because he's obsessed with a girl because he's horny for her basically. And then they find him and they chain him up for like hours in the movie. And there's this actor in the film who's supposed to be the version of Rhodes in this movie, and he was terrible. Nothing on Joe Pilato from the original Day of the Dead, who was the asshole army captain or whatever in that flick. This guy's terrible. we get to the end of the film. Pretty much she kills the dude by like jumping out of some dirt, which was kind of neat, and she like slices his guts and then takes his head off in a cool SWAT maneuver. That was kind of neat. She saves a little girl that the dude was like trying to hold hostage. A zombie holding somebody hostage. You've already lost me right there. Smart zombies can work if the writing is good, like Return of the Living Dead, which was a great horror comedy, probably one of the best ever made. But here, no. The characters are mostly just really one-dimensional. The acting is bad. You get to the end of the movie, her boyfriend has been bitten, and she uses the cure made from the super zombie dude's blood, basically, to synthesize an antidote, and she cures him, and then she announces on the radio or whatever that they have a cure for him that's been bitten who wants to be saved. So that's pretty much the end of the movie. So very little in common with Day of the Dead besides the basic like military base setup. It's not even underground. Terrible films. Both of them are both easily 0 films. Neither one of them are worth watching unless you're a completist like me and just has to see all the crap that has to deal with a franchise that you're reviewing or watching. But these are not worth watching. Do not seek these out unless you are just a glutton for punishment. Maybe if you like really bad movies, like just to laugh at them, you might have some fun with them. But that Day of the Dead, maybe with Bloodlines you could laugh at it. Day of the Dead Contagion, though, that was like, man, that's like something. Have you ever seen the movie Clockwork Orange and they got the guy tied up and they got his eyes like forced open watching violence? Except it would be like Day of the Dead Contagion, and he would literally, he'd bite his own tongue to try to have a seizure to kill himself. That's how bad this movie felt from me sitting through it. But yeah, all in all, thank you for watching this video, and I'll see you guys again with the next reviews.